Some of the statements we make today regarding our business, operations, and financial performance may be considered forward-looking. Such statements are based on current expectations and assumptions that are subject to a number of risks and uncertainties. Actual results could differ materially. Please refer to our offering circular, including the risk factors, which has been furnished to the SEC and can be found at pacaso.com/invest. We undertake no obligations to update any forward-looking statement. During this call, we will present both GAAP and non-GAAP financial measures. A reconciliation of non-GAAP to GAAP measures is included in our offering circular. Please add your questions to the questions section at the bottom of your screen, as there'll be time for open Q&A at the end of the call. I will now turn it over to our CEO and co-founder, Austin Allison.
The co-founder of Pacaso.
Hello, everyone. I'm Austin Allison, co-founder and CEO of Pacaso. Welcome to our 2024 full year earnings call. This is always a great opportunity in my mind, and I always appreciate these calls because it's so fun to just share what we've been up to and connect with our customers and investors and prospective investors. And it's particularly fun when the results are good, and our results are very good for 2024, which we're really proud of and really excited to share with you all today. So with that as the intro, I'll dive right into it. You'll get to know a little bit more about me throughout the presentation. So I just want to introduce my colleague, Al Cortez, who's also joining me on the call. Al is our Chief Financial Officer. Al has been a finance exec for 15 plus years and oversees all finance and accounting functions for Pacaso. So really excited to have Al here on the call with me today. Before I dive into the overview of Pacaso and what we've been up to in 2024, I want to start with just kind of a very high level overview of the results that Al's going to walk you through in much greater detail here in a moment. And as I mentioned, we're very pleased with these results. And I think it's worth noting that the last couple of years in the real estate business has been challenging in terms of transaction volume for a whole bunch of reasons that are well documented at this point, largely driven by the big rise in interest rates. But despite a challenging real estate market, Pacaso has been able to grow, and we're really set up for a strong 2025 and beyond, which is awesome. So in 2024, we delivered about $165 million in gross real estate transaction value. We also generated about $24 million in adjusted gross profit, which was an 18% increase year over year. And we delivered on these strong top line metrics while improving EBITDA on our path to profitability. So as I mentioned, Al's going to walk through these results in greater detail. So I want to dive into the higher level business update for a moment. Everything at Pacaso starts and ends with our mission. And our mission is about enriching lives by making a second home possible and enjoyable for more people. And this is a mission that's really personal to me because a second home impacted my life in a really profound way about 12 or 13 years ago now. I grew up in a modest, middle income household. We were living paycheck to paycheck. So a second home was a dream for me, not a foregone conclusion. But after building a company that I ended up selling to Zillow and becoming an executive at Zillow for about 4 years, that entrepreneurial journey led my wife and I to the opportunity of purchasing a second home in Lake Tahoe. And after purchasing this home, we were enriched in so many ways. We met new friends. We became part of a really important community. I got to rekindle hobbies that I didn't have time for in my primary home, whether it was snowmobiling or mountain biking. And I was so moved by this experience of living a better life that I wanted to make it possible for more people. But I recognize that the second home ownership model of the past is broken in so many ways. The major flaw is that most second homes are only used about 5 weeks per year. So the idea of purchasing 100% of a home that you're only going to use 10% of the time is quite inefficient and wasteful. So we created Pacaso to form a better way, a better solution for second home ownership that enriches people's lives. And the way that we do that is co-ownership. And what co-ownership means is that a small group of people, a maximum of 8, own a specific property together, a luxury home, and Pacaso manages the entire experience, everything from designing the homes to paying the bills to preparing the tax returns for the LLC and much, much more. Some people have compared Pacaso to NetJets, if you're familiar with that concept in the aviation world. And some people who I've encountered that are NetJets customers often describe the only thing better than owning a whole plane is owning an eighth of one with NetJets, because they handle everything from soup to nuts. The same is true of Pacaso. The only thing better than owning a whole second home that's full of a lot of waste and a lot of hassle is owning an eighth or a quarter of one with Pacaso, because we handle every single little detail. To make this ownership experience seamless, we have built the business on a platform of innovative technology, because while we are real estate and travel people, meaning we've been in the real estate, our team has been in the real estate and travel industries pretty much our entire careers, we are tech people at our core. So we think about every problem and every solution through the lens of tech. We want to build services that both scale and create great experiences for our customers. So everything from the way that we service our homes to obviously the website experience where you go online and shop for a Pacaso home, all the way through to scheduling. We have an innovative scheduling tool that enables everybody to get fair and equitable access to the calendar. All of that is made possible through our technology. So that is a very high level overview. For those of you that are new to the story, that's a very high level overview of what we do. In terms of where we've been, we launched Pacaso in October of 2020. So we're 4.5 years old-ish following our launch. And in that short 4.5 years, we have accomplished a ton. We've generated 1.1 billion of gross, or sold rather, 1.1 billion of gross real estate transaction value. We've generated 125 million of adjusted gross profit. We operate in about 40 destination markets and have booked 100,000 stay nights. So we are off to a really great start. But what's more exciting than the great start is the massive opportunity that we have ahead, because we are just getting started and the market opportunity ahead of our business is absolutely massive. When I think about this opportunity and our category that we're creating, I think about it as living somewhere between traditional real estate and traditional travel, with traditional real estate being buying a whole home and traditional travel being renting a hotel or renting somebody else's home. There are tens of millions of people who aspire to own a second home and either can't afford or can't justify owning 100% of something they're only going to